对国家航空发展的认识，也增强了他们对国家的认同感和自豪感。
The C919 has been flying commercially for a year. As of June, China Eastern Airlines' 5 C919 passenger jets had completed more than 2,100 flights, accumulated 6,000 plus flight hours, and transported nearly 300,000 people. A 6th C919 passenger jet was added to China Eastern Airlines' fleet on May 28, indicating an acceleration in commercial operation of China's first domestically built large passenger aircraft. The delivery comes just 1 year after the C919's first commercial flight. 5 C919 jets have conducted more than 2,100 commercial flights on 3 regular routes during the past 12 months. According to China Eastern Airlines, it will soon begin a new service connecting Shanghai and Guangzhou. Other major domestic carriers such as Air China and China Southern Airlines have also announced purchase orders for C919s from COMAC. The aircraft are scheduled to be delivered by 2031.
"100 cars per hour is really impressive, so I'm deeply impressed.
A delegation led by Toril Sandvik, State Secretary to the Norwegian Ministry of Trade, Industry and Fisheries, visited the Tesla Gigafactory Shanghai on May 22nd. The first batch of Tesla cars were shipped to the port of Oslo in August 2021, marking the first delivery of Tesla Model Y in the Norwegian market. Since 2021, Tesla has ranked at the top of the Norwegian auto market for 3 consecutive years. Sandvik expressed his admiration for the factory's production capacity.
100 cars per hour is really impressive, so I'm deeply impressed. It's the most popular car in Norway. I just saw in April, I think it was 6,000 Model Ys sold. That's a small number in China. In Norway, it's a huge number. Tesla is popular in Norway because it was the first mover. It was the first long-range cars that came to Norway. But I can see now it's the European cars are coming after, and also I think a lot of Chinese cars is coming after in Norway now.
He added that despite the country's cold winters, electric cars remain popular.
EVs, they're closing the gap even there in very cold weather with more range in the batteries. I think mostly electric cars is popular in Norway because we have strong tax incentives to buying an electric car. And also we are a full electric country. So every housing in Norway, we have a lot of electricity because we warm our house with electricity. So it's easy to charge at home. That's important. But also because electric cars is a better car. You can have it for longer. It's less moving parts in an electric car. So it's cheaper in everyday use than internal combustion engines. And also together with a lot of Norwegians concerning about the climate, it's important.
The Norwegian Parliament has set a national goal for all new cars sold by 2025 to be zero emission.
I think last year it was 82% of new sales, and I just saw the numbers of this year, and I guess we are closing the gap up to 90%. But then again, 8% was rechargeable hybrids. So we're closing the gap.
He noted that it was a good time to visit Shanghai, as this year marks the 70th anniversary of diplomatic relations between China and Norway.
I've been here twice before, 23 years ago, and then 13 years ago. I'm curious to look at the manufacturing capacity, and also we'll meet with the Norwegian businesses in China to learn from them their experience being in these markets.
The German Chamber of Commerce in China held its first ESG Day in Shanghai, where the chamber revealed a report on ESG development among 22 German companies operating around the country.
There are a lot of new regulations from the EU coming, which forcing suppliers, not only Chinese but all suppliers also of the European Union to follow certain regulations when it comes to environmental protection, etc. So I believe that this is a huge advantage also for Chinese companies who want to export to the European market to get good advice and good partners here in order to save energy, to be good in recycling, circular economy, and using green energies. And if you look at the German investments last year, they were on a record high. And as long as we find a fair competition here, if we find a good environment here, we also will invest further into China, which is the second largest economy in the world. So people who believe that the world runs without China are wrong from my point of view. So German companies are committed. We are not on the stage where we come and help China, right? We come and we want to learn and grow together with China, and that's a good deal. I mean, that might work.
Last week, U.S. President Joe Biden slapped new tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles, batteries, solar cells, steel, aluminum, and medical equipment. But these German companies are advocating for free trade and fair competition in the green sector.
We definitely are in a stage where the global cake of economic growth becomes smaller, right? The global economy is not growing, therefore the overall cake is not growing. And then there are some countries which decide to protect their markets from outside influence, claiming that there is unfair competition, etc. But I believe that our strategy to become more competitive